How do you make someone listen to you?
That's a good question. I would say how you make someone listen to you is all about how you start with your delivery when you're speaking to that person. Are you speaking to them like it's different too, right? If you're speaking at a stage in front of people, if you're speaking on a person on a one-on-one. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be vulnerable. I love speaking on a stage to people. I don't like networking in a room. I don't. I don't mind conversations on a one-on-one when I already know that the person's already engaged. However, you never know who you're going to meet and who's going to be, someone that can help you move to the next step. So how do you get someone to listen to you? You have to be really authentic in who you are and really come from um that place of human first for me. So if I'm meeting you for the first time, what's your name? I'm asking, I'm showing interest in you as well as you will hopefully show interest in me. Then you get people to start listening to you. Oh, I'm so and so, whatever. Oh, we have a common thing in background, or oh, whatever have you. Or the person might be a snob and not interested. Okay, move on to the next. It's quite okay.
It's interesting to me that you are confident with the public speaking side of things and feel a little uncomfortable with the one-on-one because
Yeah,
usually I would imagine it's typically the reverse because public speaking I think is the number one fear in the world.
that people have. Yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah.
what is it about the more intimate sort of personal one-on-one
It really
networking that makes you
depends.
uncomfortable?
So don't get me wrong. The one-on-one I could definitely have, but it's when you have to go into a room, like say you went to an event by yourself, you don't know anyone at all, and then you gotta go and network. That's what I don't like. So the
Right.
one-on-one having a conversation, like you and I were introduced by a friend that I know. It was my first time jumping on a call with you, whatever have you. You wanted to know about me, I wanted to know about you. We were listening to each other. It was a good exchange, right? When you're going into an event, sometimes it's a corporate event. Sometimes people have their cliques and they're already with their friends of who they came with. It's kind of nerve wracking. But I have to get out of my comfort zone and like sometimes go up to that person like, "Hey, how you doing? My name is so and so." Or like you're sitting beside someone and we're like, "Oh yeah, that was really good what they said." And then you kind of start a conversation. I've been so grateful that I have taken the opportunity to step out and speak because, man, just from one conversation from one person led to so many doors that were opened that if I didn't go to that event or if I didn't speak to that person, I wouldn't even know those doors existed. But you have to be confident in what you're saying and confident who you're speaking with, and they will listen to you.
It's like
Yes.
networking is to me more about learning about this other person
Mm-hmm.
and sort of what you're saying. Like if you learn about this other person, they're more inclined to want to learn about you. And
Yes.
at the end of the day, it's really about having that authentic connection and you almost become friends more than colleagues at that point. But you're right, it does take courage, especially if you're in an event or a setting where you don't know anyone, you sort of came by yourself. It does take a lot of courage to break the ice
Mm-hmm.
in that first
Mm-hmm.
way. Do you have any
So even
tips
as
for
yeah,
that?
even
Like,
as a confidence coach, right? Like I'm telling you, yeah, it's still yes. So go ahead.
I guess my question is, how do you confidently break the ice when you're approaching a random person?
So this is one tip I have. Instead of trying to go to an event and finding out like how many leads I can get or how many people I can meet that could get me to so many places, think about it like how many people can I help? Who can I help today? Who can I actually help with what they're doing? I find when you do that reverse, then you're actually getting to know people and they're getting to also know you, right? Opposed to having this like I'm gonna make sure I get 10 leads and see where that goes to because all these leads happen with building partnerships, building, some kind of trust foundation of, of who you are and whatnot. So I would say go into it as with a networking, how can you help someone else?
I guess it just ties into confidence, right? This idea
Yes.
of being able to confidently approach someone whether it's in a business setting or a personal setting, confidence is such a nebulous thing. There are some environments in which I feel very confident. There are some environments
Yes,
which I feel less confident.
me too.
And I'm trying to figure out how to provide value to the listeners in a way where I can say, okay, maybe there's like top three things you can do or practice, or how do you build that muscle of confidence is really what I want to get to the core of.
Okay, so some people it's affirmation, telling themselves positive things, but you got to believe the things that you're telling yourself too, right? Another thing was, so if we were talking about dating, so one of the things I did, I actually made a list, not a list of what I was looking for in a person, but more, what do I have to contribute? And then I was like, if I'm dating seriously, like for long term, what are some attributes that I'm looking for in that other person as well? And it also is in the different environments that you go into. Like it may not be the club. Maybe you go to the grocery store and you might bump into somebody. You never know. But just being a confident person in who you are, that takes practice. It takes believing in yourself. It takes a practice of you speaking out loud of who you are and what you do. I remember earlier in my career, one client said, like, you really don't know the value you have, do you? And I couldn't understand because I'm like, what are they seeing that I don't see? And they're like, oh my gosh, you are just so amazing of what you do. Like, I could tell that you're not confident. And I was like, what are they seeing? Okay. So I had to do some like digging deep too in myself of what am I not showing or what I am portraying or what do am I doing well that I'm not doing that I could be doing better. And also understanding that I don't know everything. I am not like this know-it-all, but I'm also willing to work with people that have strengths in things that I don't have strengths in, right? So that goes even when you're looking for a partner or when you're, what is your purpose for dating? So you're looking for someone that complements you or you complement them or you have the same kind of interests, the same kind of belief systems, like all of that you're going to get to know by being confident in talking about who you are. So even before you're dating, you really have to start being comfortable with who you are, being comfortable with the type of person you are. If there's certain things that you think you need to work on those things. Same with, I could not be comfortable with networking if I wasn't confident in the type of business that I'm doing. Like if somebody asked me, what do I do? Am I shying away about what I do? Or I'm like, oh, I do X, Y, and Z, and I help people X, Y, and Z, right? Oh, hi, I'm Mike so and so, and I blah 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 blah. Whatever it is, but you have to be confident saying that. There's that elevator pitch, being able to have an elevator pitch if you have a business or even about like who you are, what you're doing, and all of that. So having that first three things that you want to make sure that somebody knows about you in a networking situation.
Yeah, just this idea of like building up that confidence and knowing who you are is
It
as
takes
part
time.
of that, right? Like
So
part
if
of
I'm an introvert, I'm not gonna wake up tomorrow and be like, I am confident because Antoinette told me to be confident. I am
right.
confident because Tony said for me to be confident. I believe in myself. I know what I am. No, like it
Mhm.
takes work, right? It's your life experiences. Take a take an audit of what you've done and what you've accomplished to where you are right now. Take an audit of what those other things that you want to do or whatever have you. Be confident in the fact that you're on a journey and it could be changed at any moment and you're okay with that. That's being confident. That is
Yeah.
being confident.